I've been sick for the past 2 days, so I spent most of my time resting in my room. I'm feeling a little better today, although I'm still quite tired. I'm going to get up and make myself a warm bowl of porridge to regain some strength.
Hello mọi người, chào mừng mọi người quay trở lại với kênh Cuộc Sống của Dung. Tôi là Mỹ Dung và tôi sống một mình tại vùng nông thôn Việt Nam. 2 ngày vừa rồi sức khỏe của tôi không được khỏe. Hôm nay tôi thấy đỡ hơn một tí và tôi sẽ đi ra ngoài mua một số nguyên vật liệu để nấu một tô cháo nóng, ăn cho lấy lại sức. Nếu sau đó sức khỏe của tôi cảm thấy tốt hơn thì tôi sẽ làm thêm một số việc gì trong phòng. Tin vui cho những chú cá là tôi đã mua được một bể lọc cho chúng. Và tôi sẽ làm điều này sau khi tôi ăn sáng xong. Mọi người cùng theo chân tôi nhé.
This morning, my body still feels a little weak. I almost wanted to lie down again. But if I keep staying in bed, the whole day will pass. So I just start with something small. Folding my blanket, cleaning up my bed, and telling myself to slowly begin the day. I don't need to do everything perfectly today. I just need to feel a little better than yesterday. Thank you to everyone who gave me advice about keeping the fish in my last video. It has been 8 days now, and thankfully, they are still doing okay. Today, I finally bought a small water filter for them. I hope it will make their little home cleaner and better. But after thinking about it, I may have to make a decision that feels a little sad. Maybe it is necessary. I will talk about that later. For now, I need to go to the market first. I want to buy some ingredients to cook a warm bowl of porridge. My body still feels weak, so I hope this will help me feel a little better. On the way to the market, I always pass this road. It is not a famous place. It is just a quiet countryside road in Vietnam. But I like this view. The sky, the fields, the mountains far away. Sometimes, when I ride through places like this, I feel a little calmer. My life is not very stable right now. I still worry about money, about work, and about the future. But when I look around, I remind myself that I still have many things to be thankful for. I can still wake up. I can still ride to the market. I can still cook something warm for myself. Maybe life is not easy, but it is still worth trying for. You can see there are many motorbikes on the road here. In Vietnam, especially in the countryside, a motorbike is the main way people get around. Some viewers asked me why I have a motorbike. But here, a motorbike is not really a luxury thing. For many people, it is something necessary for daily life. We use it to go to work, go to the market, visit family, and carry things. This motorbike is old, but it still helps me a lot. I bought it when I was still working at the factory and earning my own money. It is not something expensive or fancy. It is just something that helps me live my everyday life. I was still feeling tired today, so I woke up a little late. By the time I arrived, the market was already getting quiet. The small local market usually runs from around 5 a.m. until 8 or 9 in the morning. After that, most of the vendors pack up and leave. If I need to buy something later, I have to travel farther to a market that stays open all day. At small markets in the countryside, local people rarely need to bargain. The vendors here are usually very honest and they only make a small profit. Even if you are a foreign visitor, it is very rare for them to charge you a higher price. I'm looking for some straw mushrooms to make a porridge, but I've walked through almost the entire market and nearly every stall has already sold out. I'm still feeling a little tired today, so I'll quickly buy what I need and head back to my room. I'm sorry I can't film much today, ask about the prices, or show you around the whole market. If you would like to see more of this market, you can watch my previous video about the Tui Hoa market. If I get another chance, I'll show you more in a future video.
Chị ơi bán ai?
I bought 2 eggs for 5,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 20 US cents. I placed the camera too high, so you couldn't clearly see when I paid for them. I was still feeling quite tired at the time.
Cô bán mua ngàn nắm đây rồi cô.
Phải không? Nó to như em chỉ được không?
She has a lot of customers today, and I'm happy for her. Many small vendors here only earn enough to support themselves. Some of them still have to work in the fields after they finish selling at the market. She is busy serving the customers who came before me, so I'm happy to wait for a little while.
Em 2 lẻ không?
10.000.
I gave her 20,000 dong and she gave me 10,000 dong back, about 80 US cents with 40 cents in change.
Cô ơi, lấy 10.000 thì xay rồi cô.
I bought 2 eggs for 5,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 20 US cents. The mushrooms cost 10,000 dong, or about 40 US cents. I also bought 10,000 dong worth of ground pork, which is another 40 US cents. Altogether, I spent 25,000 dong, or about $1 US. I still have a piece of ginger and some coriander in my room, so I don't need to buy any more. This is everything I'm taking home today. On my way home, I suddenly remembered that a few oranges might help me feel a little better, but I was already quite tired, so I didn't want to go back to the market. I'm going to stop by an electrical shop to buy a light bulb for my room. The old bulb that the landlady left there is quite small, so the room is very dark at night.
Cô bán cho một cái bóng đèn led lớn rồi cô.
Lớn nhất ha, lớn ở 100 trở lên hay là 100 hay là 60.
Lấy rồi 100 thử rồi cô.
Còn loại 140, loại 140 đó nè. Đó, mọi cái người con xe ở đây đó.
Loại 140 kia bao nhiêu cô?
Rồi 140 cho nó khác.
140 điện quang. Đây là 100 này nha.
Cái 140 nó 100 nữa.
Ý thử cho nó coi cái chuyện gì.
Cái sơn xịt đúng không cô?
Có, màu gì?
Dạ, thôi lấy con cái đây nè cô.
Đó,
Bên trái.
đi bán cho mày.
Xịt không?
Đúng. Màu A300 á. Được luôn.
Bao nhiêu rồi cô?
140.
Nhiêu tiền cô?
35.000. Cái này to nè.
Dạ, tao lấy cái đây.
Chưa? Thứ đây về sáng một cháy chứ không thôi nó không sáng người ta đổ được. Đem về nhà tụi bay không sáng đi.
Bây giờ có đàn ông bách
Cái gì?
đàn ông bách trên nó bách cái gì?
Có xỉn rồi nó đút vô cái gì bác?
Leo đổ kèm keo cái đầu chứ bắt.
Sao ở nhà nó mà ông biết cái cao? Ông nói tao leo tầm bậy. Thấu luôn.
Cho con cái bịch.
Đi ra cho mình cho tôi thấu đi mà lại.
Cô ơi cho con cái bịch bảo.
Đấy bị bỏ hả con?
Dạ.
Bị chưa? Được không?
Dạ được hả?
This is also where I bought the paint in my previous video. Do you remember? This light cost 140,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 5.40 US dollars. On my way home, I want to share something with you. When you live alone, being sick can be a little more difficult. There is no one to cook for me, remind me to take my medicine, or ask if I'm feeling better. I still have to buy my own food and take care of myself, even when I feel very tired. But I don't want to complain. Everyone has difficult days in their life. Living alone has taught me that if I don't take care of myself, no one else can do it for me every day. What about you? When you are sick, do you have someone who takes care of you? Or do you also have to manage everything by yourself, like me? Please share your story in the comments. I often read your stories, and they make me feel that I'm not truly alone. I'm back in my room now. I'm really excited to replace the old light and see if it makes the room brighter. So, I'm going to do that first. I turned off the power before replacing this light. Please don't try this yourself unless you know what you're doing. Electricity can be very dangerous. I know how to do this because my father taught me. Wow, it really is so much brighter. Now the whole room feels much brighter. And now it's time to make some porridge. I'm getting quite hungry too. The rice will take quite a while to become soft. While I'm waiting, I'll wash this bedsheet. Many viewers have suggested that I buy a new one, but I think this one can still be used. I'll wash it and check it again. If it's no longer in good condition, I'll consider buying a new one. There is a washing machine here, but it belongs to my landlady, and I'm not allowed to use it. To be honest, I'd rather not share one anyway, so I usually wash my clothes by hand. It takes a little more time, but I'm used to it now. Where you live, do people usually wash their clothes by hand or use a washing machine? It's quite hot today, as usual. I'm sure this bedsheet will dry very quickly. The porridge is now soft and fully cooked. First, I'm going to add the other ingredients, the mushrooms, ground pork, and 2 eggs. Then I'll add a little ginger and coriander for some extra flavor. Sometimes a meal doesn't need to be complicated to give your body the nutrients it needs. The rice will fill me up, while the pork and eggs provide protein. The mushrooms, ginger, and coriander also make the porridge easier to eat. I haven't been able to eat much during the past few days, so I still feel quite weak. Today, I'll try to eat a little more to help my body recover and stop myself from getting any sicker. Have you ever made this kind of porridge or tried it somewhere before? I often make it whenever I catch a cold because it's warm, easy to eat, and helps me feel a little better. Please join me for this meal, although I'm sure you don't really want to eat with someone who's sick, right? Since today's video is quite long, I'm going to speed up this part while I eat. I hope you'll stay with me until the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. After finishing my meal, I felt much better, so I decided to unbox and set up the new filter for my fish. I bought this filter for 220,000 Vietnamese dong, or about 8.50 US dollars. I was able to buy it with support from some of my viewers. I want to thank all of you, whether you support me directly or simply watch my videos. The new light, this filter, and some of the things I've bought to improve my room were made possible partly because of your support. Thank you for being here with me. Since I started making these videos, I've truly felt less lonely and much more motivated to keep going. These are all the parts that came with the filter. There are quite a few pieces, so I'll probably need to watch the instruction video again. The fish are still doing well, but after reading the comments on my previous video, I realized that goldfish are harder to care for than I thought, and this space is too small for all 5 of them. I don't want them to suffer like many of you warned me, so I've decided to give 3 of them to my landlady. She has a very large glass aquarium, so they will have much more space there. I'll only keep 2 so I can take better care of them. Thank you for giving me advice. Without your comments, I might not have realized that I was keeping too many fish in such a small space. I didn't realize that keeping goldfish requires learning so many things. I probably made the decision too quickly because they looked so cute, but that's okay. Now I'll try to do things properly and then learn how to take a better care of them. I guess I'm learning another new skill today. I'm going to soak these filter media balls in water before putting them into the filter. Do you have any pets at home? I used to think that feeding fish every day was enough. But since I got them, I've realized that there is still so much for me to learn. Do you prefer keeping fish, dogs, or cats? I had to watch the instruction video several times because this filter was quite difficult to install. I accidentally bought the smaller size, so it was hard to secure it to the side of the glass bowl. It took me a few tries, but luckily I finally got it working in under 30 minutes. This is my first time setting up a filter like this, so if you notice anything I've done wrong, please let me know gently. I read almost all of your comments. There are too many for me to reply to everyone, but I do read them. Now I'm going to put the soaked filter media into each section. I'm not sure which order works best, so for now, I'll follow the instruction video. If you know a better way to arrange them, please let me know. The setup is finally complete. I'm so happy that I managed to do it. I almost forgot that I was sick. I'm going to use my old trick again and place a clean plastic sheet inside before pouring in the water. This will stop the water from disturbing the small stones at the bottom and help keep the water clearer. Wow, it's finally done. I'll let the filter run for a while before putting the two fish in, just to make sure everything is working properly. It's working well now. I'll let the filter run for a while and wait for the water to become clearer before putting the 2 fish in. I've put the 2 fish back into their old home, but this time it has a filter and a small waterfall that creates a more natural environment. I hope they'll feel much more comfortable here. The 3 fish I gave to my landlady are probably enjoying their much larger glass aquarium too. To respect her privacy, I didn't film her or the inside of her home. I hope you understand. Do you remember the spider plant I got in the previous video? It has grown a little baby plant. Some viewers told me that spider plants can live in water and suggested putting it here. I hope you're right. Either way, I think it looks really beautiful here. You know, someone commented that I should use a towel or a piece of fabric to cover this wooden board. As soon as I read that comment, I went looking for this old cloth. It still looks quite nice, and I think the colors fit this space really well. Wow, it actually looks perfect here. Sometimes one small suggestion can make everything look so much better. Do you think this color suits the space, or should I try a different one? Help me choose in the comments. Everything is finally finished. There are still a few things I could improve, but for now it's already much better and I'm really happy with it. I'm still not fully recovered, but after reading your comments about the fish, I wanted to make these changes as soon as possible. Everything is much better now. Thank you for your advice and for supporting me in whatever way you can. The bedsheet is dry now, so I'm going to make the bed and get some rest. Doing everything alone and constantly moving back and forth has been quite tiring. If you've watched this far, please leave a like and a kind comment. And don't forget to subscribe. It really motivates me to keep making more videos. Wait, the video isn't over yet. Just as I was about to rest, my landlady brought me this lamp. A few days ago, I asked her if anyone nearby was selling a second-hand bedside lamp. Luckily, she had one that had already been used. It's a little old, but it's still in very good condition, so she decided to give it to me. Maybe I have the 3 little fish to thank for this. After taking them, perhaps she wanted to give me something in return. The lamp works really well. I think the warm yellow light suits the room better and it makes everything feel much cozier. I'm really happy to have one more little surprise today. Today's video is already quite long and I'm feeling tired, so I'll end it here. Even though I live alone and I'm still not fully recovered, I'll try to stay positive and keep moving forward. Life isn't always easy, but as long as we don't give up, things can get a little better each day. Thank you for always being here and supporting me in so many ways. By watching my videos, liking, leaving kind comments, subscribing to my channel, and through the special help some of you have given me. I won't mention anyone by name because I want to respect your privacy, but please know that I have received your kindness and truly appreciate every bit of it. Thank you all so much. I'm going to get some rest now, and I'll see you again in the next video.